The only thing that I can say about this girl, well, I can say many things about her, but one of the ironic things I think I see in Meghan Markle, Princess Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is like a strength that is it's so unusual that it's like it's ironic, but and I don't want to say it. I said, should I say it? Should I say it? If you look at her father, Thomas Markle, this is a man who, before his stroke, when he could speak, I don't know if he can speak now, but he's been forever holding his peace for a while, hasn't he? But I said that to my own father just last week. I said, you speak in a timely fashion or you forever hold your peace, all right? To my own father, I said this last week, and I was very upset. But Megan is this man's daughter. It's inconceivable in a lot of ways, but she's his daughter. And this guy, Thomas Markle, I mean, I don't like what I think he represents and what he did. But this is a guy who's very, very strong, Thomas Markle. And he's not intuitively impressed with royalty and things like that. I mean, if you remember before he started to kowtow to the monarchy and to the royal family, I mean, he was saying things like the royals owe me, and I mean, many different things that indicated that this was not a man who was impressed by the fact that Meghan had married a prince and she had married into this royal family, and oh, the royal family is this, and it's so, he's an inferior to them. He did not feel that way. He does not have that in his genetic code. And Meghan is the same. I mean, if you listen to what she said in their docu-series where when she first met Harry and she first met Harry and it was their first date and he was late and she was thinking, oh, is that the type he is? I'm not going to play that, or I'm not going to put up with that, or something like that, she said. And I thought to myself, this is a young woman who knows who she is. She believes in herself. She doesn't put anybody above her, and she doesn't put anybody below her. She believes she is equal to every human being, as I do. I have the same like genetic makeup. I mean, that's how I feel about myself and about life and about people. I cannot, you know, in some people, you can almost see or hear in the things they say that they really are convinced that there are superior people and inferior people to them. And it's always very fascinating because I just don't have that. I can appreciate that there are people who have more of something like more money, more beauty, more friends, bigger homes, um, just whatever, more of certain things. But I believe that every human being is fundamentally equal in their humanity to each other. I don't sort of subscribe to this inferior superior thing, and that's why I can't really reconcile this monarchy situation. I mean, it just this genuflection and curtsying and oh my god, your royal highness, this and that. I mean, just stop. For me it's like a joke, really. And I think for Thomas Markle it just was a joke at first. Like, I mean, it's like something that he's not impressed with. He doesn't revere it. He doesn't put anybody on a pedestal. And if it's one thing I like about him, it's that. You know what I'm saying? Um, And he says what's on his mind, and he is who he is, and that's it. He makes no apologies. And if you look at Meghan, I mean, Meghan is her father's daughter and she's her mother's daughter. She's the two of them. And that's it. There's nothing she's going to be able to do for the rest of her life to change that. She's part Thomas Markle. In fact, she's his seed. She comes from him. He planted her into her mother's stomach pretty much. And so she has a lot of him in her. And I think she draws a lot of her strength and reserve and sort of, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but she's not wowed by her husband's title. And she's not wowed by her husband's family and the fact that they are quote unquote royal and all of this. I mean, it's all the same to Meghan Markle. And it's going to take, I think, a lot to break this reserve that she has. And then I come to the most horrific part that I have to say is that her sister Samantha has a similar gene. Samantha took that, I think, to its ultimate negative iteration, if you will. I mean, she took that gene and she just, in my opinion, made, it's like it's ugly in her. It's an ugly thing. Like, I mean, it's really just to its negative limit. And Meghan took the same gene to its positive limit. But they get that from their father. And it's kind of like, my own sister and I, we're very different. She's a year older, but she's more like, I don't know, I think she's more like 20 years older because she's so much more mature and, etc., etc. I mean, it's just not the same universe with her and I. And we don't look alike. And, you know, we don't, we've never really been particularly close and so on and so forth. And we were talking just yesterday and she was telling me that she cannot multitask. And I was like, oh my God, I'm the same way. I can't multitask either. At least we have something in common. We both can't multitask. And she's like, well, we have another thing in common. We have our blood in common. And it was kind of like, yeah, we do, don't we? We are, wherever we go, whatever we do in our lives, we have our blood in common. And that's huge. And with Meghan and Samantha, I mean, they have blood in common. And that blood has manifested in a personality trait in these two women that it's like a tree being Thomas Markle, and one branch went in one direction and the other branch went in the other direction. But all of that, those two branches come from the same root, if you know what I'm trying to say. That there is a resolve and a resilience and a strength and there's a steeliness in a steel magnolia in the two of them. But Samantha, really, I mean, God, I mean, I would be afraid to be in her presence. In a way, I kind of like wish I could talk to her and be like, why do you do this, Samantha? Why are you doing this, Samantha? Please stop. But I think I would become consumed by her. Like I would not be able to get through to her because she's so far to the other direction from where I am and I think where Meghan is. And it's so sad because you can see that they have this they're both very strong women and it's so sad because they could have been good sisters and Samantha could have been a loving older sister. And if Samantha had been on Meghan's side and people were doing this to her sister, she would be like, whoa, they'd have to get off of Meghan because she has such a protective older sister. But instead, it's the opposite. And it's, for me, I mean, I've never met Meghan, I've never met Samantha, but it's so sad. It's so sad, actually. Anyway, I've got to go make some dinner. I just got in, and I'm just looking at this beautiful girl, and she could be my little sister, far removed. And I just feel so sad about it. And I know that she'll be strong because, like I said, she has a lot of strength, but she's not a truck, even she can break. And I hope she doesn't, just, oh man, oh man. I wish I could talk to Samantha and get her to stop.